Here's a look now at the number of shootings in Portland from over the last year. In 2022, there were nearly 1,300 shootings, just a few short of the 2021 record. However, more people got hurt last year than in previous years, 393 in 2022 as compared to 391 in 2021. There were a total of 96 homicides last year, and that is up from 2021. Out of the homicides from last year, 78 involved a gun. Meantime, in Northeast Portland, an early morning shooting has damaged an apartment building. Portland police say they received reports of shots fired about 1:30 this morning on the 4200 block of Northeast Halsey Street. Officers say numerous shots were fired from a vehicle and hit the building. Nobody was hurt, and police say at this point no one is in custody. Caught on camera, thieves targeting a local business in downtown Portland. The owner of Park Avenue Market in Southwest Portland says he is fed up with the amount of crime that he's seeing in his neighborhood and the lack of action from city leaders. Fox 12's Connor McCarthy spoke to the owner, and he joins us now to show us some shocking surveillance video that's become available. Connor?
Well, Anna, Yosef Jabari says that the same suspect came back twice this weekend to steal from his store. And this is not an isolated incident, he says. Since the start of the pandemic, he's watched increase all around his neighborhood, whether it's people stealing from his store, smashing windows, or assaulting his employees. He says that he no longer feels safe operating his business here in downtown Portland. It was all caught on camera. A man jumps over the counter at Park Avenue Market Friday night, grabbing merchandise and running off. And then Sunday night, the same thing happens again. A man jumps over the counter, grabs merchandise, and runs off. Each time, the cashier chases after him.
It's not safe, it's just we try, be in the business, open the door, for our family and the neighborhood. But it seems like, it's going bad every day.
Yosef Jabari owns the market on Southwest Park and Clay. He says over the 2 decades he's worked in downtown after immigrating from Iraq, the last 3 years have been the worst when it comes to crime.
This city, it was a beautiful. Right now, become just a bad neighborhood.
You can see it in his store. The frame surrounding the front door is full of pictures of those who've stolen or assaulted him and his employees.
Last 2 years, 2 years and a half, with the pandemic, we got hit 11 times and breaking the business in a different way. And we had the windows happen 2 weeks ago.
Yosef feels Portland police aren't taking these types of crimes seriously. After this weekend, he says he's changed some policies for his store.
I'm allowing my employee carrying the gun, protect them self-defense, and I used to not recommend it, but now we don't have a choice.
He says he wants a change in leadership in the city because he's watching businesses leave his neighborhood from the increase in crime. Yosef is hoping things will turn around. If not, he says the suburbs might be a better option to run a business safely.
Every day I'm hoping maybe come on, this time, next month, it's all the promise you heard from whoever the leader in this state or the city. I'm just all right, maybe we have another chance, but doesn't do anymore.
Well, I did reach out to Portland police, and they say that they responded to the 911 call in less than 5 minutes. But I did follow up asking to address some of Yosef's frustration, and so far I have not gotten a statement on that question. Reporting live in Southwest Portland, Connor McCarthy, Fox 12 Oregon.